cool like them. School like them.
Hello, YouTube. So I took some pictures today. Some pictures of the train. Previously shared another picture, very similar picture. But I wanted to take some fresh pictures with a little better focus. Today I was using my Canon T5 and a 300mm max zoom, and these are the pictures I was able to capture of the towers. They're actually better than the first one that I got. You can see clear across the lake, and you can actually see a larger tower in the background. For those of you that don't know, I'm also Skeptropolis on Twitter, so you can look me up there. But let me just show you some of the things that I find interesting about these photos. So this is basically where I was taking the picture from. I tried to guesstimate. I don't have GPS on my camera. Unfortunately, the T5 didn't have that. And so I tried to just roundabout guesstimate based on the street view of the towers. This is basically where I was taking the picture from. It's on Lake Pontchartrain, the west side of Lake Pontchartrain. We were on our way back from New Orleans. And this kind of, the red line shows you the towers, that the towers are actually on a direct line. And this thing right here is the tall tower that you see in the background, which I'll show you in a second here. But all of these towers, importantly, are on a straight line, directly across the lake. And what we actually see is them curving over the horizon. Now basically the only way you can actually see the curve is at an angle like this. Otherwise, the horizon will appear straight because the curved part goes behind the horizon. But anyway, if you zoom in on this image a little bit here, or if I zoom in correctly, you can see the shadow back here. That's the tall tower. So there's a tall tower that once the smaller towers cross the lake, they actually the lines go up into this real tall tower. I've seen that before. I'm not sure about this tower because I haven't actually gone on the tower, but I've seen that before on the Mississippi River. They usually do that to like get into like a power plant or some chemical plant that needs like big lines to come in. So I'm not sure exactly why they use those tall towers sometimes, and other times they just use these regular towers, these shorter towers. Of course, the shorter towers are still huge, but
clearly you can see that the mirage effect actually works in favor for the phenomena that makes you think that the Earth is flat, not against it. The way you're trying to act like, oh no, it's the atmosphere that makes it look curved. No, it's the atmosphere that's making it look straight. Look, you see that? That's called a mirage. Right underneath that little area there, towards the right where it starts to curve. You can see how it, before it starts to curve, it looks like there's air in between there. Looks like they go straight for a second. That's the mirage area. Okay. It's not the other way around. Sorry, guys. It's not to do it. It isn't how it's working. Oh, sorry.
Wolffields, you assume towers are on a perfectly straight line. However, when you put a straight line through the first contour class and Google Earth, it's line shows you can't straight line at all. How you think pylons and on the straight line prove Kirkwater is beyond me. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so basically we're going to show some flat Earth tears right here. You know, Google Earth is pretty easy to use. You just draw a line and you just look, and there it is. You know, like there's like 80 towers, pretty much all on that red line. I mean, you might move a little bit left and right or something, but over the course of 15 miles, that's not gonna mean shit. I really wish these flat earthers would learn how to freaking rule it once in a while. It's really easy. Okay, so this is really long. It's much longer than I thought it would be. I guess when you zoom in on a big Earth, you know, it takes a long time to go places. But basically, you can see that all the towers are pretty much on that line. I mean, most of them are just right in the middle of it, but, you know, it's slightly off here and there. Some of it could be just photographic reasons, who knows. But basically, you can see that all the towers are in line. And the flat earthers going to start crying anytime soon, and that's okay, because, you know, I like coffee. Coffee can be made with flat earth tears. I highly suggest it. It's delicious. You add a little sugar, a little cream, shaken, not stirred. Oh, wait, no, that's not gin and tonic. Oh, okay, I'm confused. But basically, coffee is delicious, and it's even more delicious if you use flat earth tears. So, once this video is over, I will be brewing you some coffee. I'll be brewing some coffee and making some flat earth tears, and it's going to be delicious. I can't wait for it. But look, you can see how the line that this big tower is converging now with the line, which, you know, you can tell from the first image, you know, that Skeptrop was put up there, that it's on the other side of the tower. So, you know, this is just showing that the tower from the observer is on the other side of the big line of towers. And there it is. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Can't wait to brew up some flat earth tears. It's gonna be so delicious. I can't even tell you. If you want your very own flat earth tears mug, feel free to buy one in Sasa. Alright, love you guys. Bye.
What up, delete? I'm just putting this flat earth.
Welcome back, viewers. Okay, I'm going to show you some pictures that I took today of Lake Pontchartrain. I wasn't planning on going there today, but the situation made it possible for me to go. So I went ahead and went. This time I tried to get some shallower shots so we could see the curvature a little better. And I think this is a pretty good one, actually. Now, it's low light levels. I have a slow lens, so I struggled a little bit with clarity. Also have it maxed out at 300 millimeters, and I'm still not using a tripod. I'm on the side of the highway here. Actually, let me go to this shot with the car in it so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is, here's the GPS coordinates for that spot. This image and a lot of the raw images you'll see today are going to be in the folder that I linked in the description of the previous video, and we'll link in the description of this video. There's the GPS coordinates of where I was located. I'm on the opposite side of the highway. And you can clearly see that the towers are in fact curving, and the water underneath them is curving as well. So that was a pretty good shot. I thought that I'd try and get a little shallower shot from the other side, and I think this shot came out great. Not in the photographic sense, but in the sense of showing the curvature. I mean, guys, this is curvature. There's no denying this. It's obvious, clear, plain as day curvature over the horizon. The water is curving. These towers trace out the curve that we globe earthers, or conventional monoliths, as I like to call it, that we've been telling you is there. Okay, this is why the horizon obstructs cities in the background. It's because it's curved. Okay, the water is curved, and the horizon obstructs the view of things behind it. And that is what you're seeing right here. You're seeing the curve that we keep telling you is there and visible if you know how to look for it. And this is how you look for it. Okay, not go way up high and look down on things. No, you come down here at the right angle where the conventional model would predict that you would see the curvature, and there it is right where it says it should be. Moving on. I decided I was going to go to the causeway today and take some pictures, because the causeway seems to be another big, I don't know, weapon, I guess, that the flat earthers try to wield. Unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword because I live here. These are some pictures I actually took of some other towers. To go over and see the latest. There's some other towers that run this way towards this casino right here. Texas Chess Casino. They're basically the same model of tower. And I took a picture of them because you know, somebody was complaining that the towers must shrink as they go off in the distance. Well, they don't. The towers don't shrink. They're all the same tower. And if you look at them from the side view, you can tell they're all the same height. If we're talking about inches difference, okay, maybe, I don't know, whatever. Couple inches, what does that matter? When you're talking about 16 miles, it doesn't matter at all. We're not talking about single feet. We're certainly not talking about 50s of feet. The curvature is because the earth is curving, not because the towers are too short, which I think was an absurd claim that somebody made in the last video. But let's zoom in on this casino here. There's a little pier out here, and this is where I was. I'm right under this little pavilion here on this pier. And that's where I took this picture right here. And I took the picture of causeway. There's a causeway that goes up so that a few pieces like this, but this is one of the bigger ones. It goes up so that it goes up. This is actually not connected. This is a little later. I'm going to just give you a short. Here it is. Okay, so this is an image of that piece that I was talking about. And the interesting thing is that you can see that the highway is like obstructed, gone. Now, there is a mirage right here, so I'll do the first thing. So this is going to be just to continue this picture, with your eyes, it's way more apparent. Like you see the highlight actually getting lower and lower and lower as we're going.
This song gotta piss them off too.
Ain't nothing like a red bone shit. 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 Ain't nothing like a red bone shit.
Oh, real quick. How does when they say in the Bible the circle of the earth, and then they say the four corners? Which one is it? Is it a circle or is it a square? I mean, you're going to say both of those means it's flat, and reach to both of those as evidence, but they're cognitive dissonance. They're two different things. Do you understand that? Let's research the word cognitive dissonance.
Switch call.
fight. Turn up every night. Party life, it's my mind right.
Utopia, they want it.
You tell me how you want it.
Utopia, they want it.
You tell me how you want it.
Sounds go off when I enter the building. Sounds go off when I enter the building.
The circle in the Bible, the circle, the globe, that proves it's flat because they said it's a circle. Oh, well, it has four corners. So how do you square a circle? Impossible. Your actions are wrong, man. I'm telling you. I make straight A's in fucking calculus.
Don't go off when I enter the building.
Worldwide, my last Flyers video. Watch worldwide. What the fuck is that all about? Oh, this boiling, bubbling ball of spinning water really pisses you guys off. I don't know why. You shouldn't have a bias. You guys aren't really truth seekers if you're not, seeing this sphere of spinning water. This song is for you.
Water dripping off removed my hand to heavens and opened up and let loose a torrent unequal in my recent memory. Everything seems so scary to me, and I am unsure of my brain's order of events and watch ripples on the surface and long for the simplicity of the arrangement. But madness is all I have to offer. Nowadays, as yesterday has left me with no foothold, handholds, or feel for direction, or at least not in a singular sense, because everything depends on which side I choose, or which person I become. Imagine the moment when your brain unravels an entirely different person inside you. It must have been the anonymous letter that landed on my doorstep. One word, and maybe the typeface has set my body into spasms, my brain into a liquidizer, and amnesia, experiencing every buried memory in a second. But I didn't know that I had any buried memories. Damn it, I discovered I'm a sadistic fuck and a pre-programmed robot. The irony of the situation is that the case that I've been working on was leading straight to me, and that one must have had my superiors in hysterics. I knew I'd hated and dealt out in the name of order and security, and every second was precious as my brain raged bloody battle with no chance for retreat and no hope for surrender. I'd rather be fictional than the fucking animal inside me, but I think I'm losing. And I can't sleep because as I close my eyes I feel my defenses retracting into the senseless state, and then I'd be lost, and so I'm scared that I'm walking in the rain, soaked to the skin, but I don't notice. I feel like I was led to the Wicker Man on purpose. I was hired by a man named Smith 3 weeks ago to investigate the disappearance of 10 people, and I found terrible atrocities and one clue leading to another. And to another, persistently unraveling the history of the case in motion. And I found conspiracies and demons, misery and scheme, and I felt like Fox Mulder getting too deep and trusted no one. Disgust and photographs acquired into my possession, and I knew that I was getting closer until last night when my heart broke under pressure. And now I slowly slip away into nothing.
Visualize it in your mind.
better believe it. Instead of talking about change, I'd rather be it. If you don't understand it, then read it. The hippie road can't be busy in this grind. Can't be blind, it's the crime, it's the desperation in these times. Life happens fast and it's precious, so please don't push us. Cause we on the edge like Bishop. Dying wishes, racks and riches. So many fishes in this pond, competition is vicious. I hear the cries from the corners of the world like the shit. I heard God speak from the burning bushes. Nobody's safe from the world's conditions. You can't hide from it, but stay ambitious. For what it's worth, we all in it, and the mothership is this earth. So all the wrong, let's go to work. Incoming, shit's coming, it's stunning, so cunning. Big stakes and big money, it's lovely, it's nutty. Keep drumming, drum line, the beat's bumping. Feel the bass line, it's something. Elevate minds with the hope coming. Beware of conscious mind. Sublime, not power in the virtuous souls. Explode, my God, and that's how I did it. So pathetic, no gimmicks.
Wow, curvature. Look at that. It's right in front of your face. It's a lot easier to see now, isn't it? When you can see it from two different angles. See that? You see the top of the towers and the bottom of the towers. A lot easier to see the curvature since you can see how they go over the curve now, right? Look at that. Simple. There's another shot there. You can get the other side. That way we show you both sides, so it's not some trick like what you did with the dominoes. Not like that at all. Doesn't need a lot of talking or brainwashing or mesmerizing or repeating. We just show you the videos. Not doing a lot of ridiculing and a lot of garbage junk talking. Just showing you the videos. Yeah, we all know NASA lies and about certain things, but you don't know about what. They're good at it. Because it sure isn't about the shape of the earth. They couldn't lie about that. It's not theirs to lie about, you see?
Incoming, ships coming, it's stunning, so cunning, big stakes and big money, it's lovely, it's nutty, keep drumming, drum line, the beat's bumping, feel the bass line, it's something, elevate minds with the hope coming, beware of conscious minds, sublime, not power in the virtuous souls, explode. Goodbye, Vietnam!
One day, you will have to spend Christmas on the moon. This is Bohush of Gulag Picture Radio. The good children of the moon have sterilized the vacuum seals of their cubicles, washed and freeze-dried the laundry, even dissolved the dinner dishes without being asked. But the delivery robots were already here, so why aren't there any presents under the Christmas triad? Well, it looks like Santa has quite a journey ahead of him, doesn't it? It'll take lots of extra reindeer to get up enough speed for the trip through the empty vault of space, which of course keeps setting his deer team on fire. Beware the inky black star serpents and the gnashing teeth of the radioactive banshees, Santa. Can Saint Nick sneak past lunar security, swoop with his pack down each family's atomic stack, and munch on all those extruded cookies that the kids left for him? Nope. This is WXRT, the only radio station worth going to the moon for. Happy holidays, pizza on Earth, and goodwill toward Milne.
addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. Too many soldiers never lift up off the mattress. So I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I got too much dust in my attic. Addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. Too many soldiers never lift up off the mattress. So I never lie down till I blow out the cage. Living gaps, that's the wrong I know. I heard that spirit counteracted my control. What about the tips I told you? It's best to kill the haters. We're guns and sabers, so I tend to rock a death or on the rest, so I can walk without a fear across the land of the dead. Spent time for bonds with crusty homie, cold company. I'll be the saddest clown since that homo and Kelly. Riding around with a wine scar with a silver flask, sipping the heat of the present, killing till the past. And I ask everyone I meet to take me back, but most of them just laugh and shrug and walk a little fast. Sometimes I wonder where they're going or what they're after, but that just adds to the stack of questions I've already given. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. Too many soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. Too many soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I keep some hella dusty, so I won't be crushing bottles. Flat foot waddle, I'll kick up and smug a bottle. Digging in the crates with bright dreams of fossils, collecting deposits on these recycled TV bottles. It's been a hot minute since I crumpled up my wish list, hitched it at the trash can, driven that and back again. These days I only rub my limbs to keep warm, to save my penny from the bottom as well as she holds. I've been reborn to know this earth in the best place, and lately all these focus creators want is the next taste. And I'm trying to conjure proper methods to tell me, but all I ever got dreaming me was that ain't to say I'm pulling and towels are hanging ass. I'm just taking a second to analyze the facts. Hanging with the facts require to taste the facts, but if I don't settle down soon, who knows? I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. These soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. These soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. These soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the stage. Too many soldiers never left them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I blow out the cage.
There's the television. It's all right there. All right there. Look, listen, Neil, Brett. Commercials. Dr. Vinnie Moore, things can make things anymore. It's all automated. What are we for then? We're consumers. Okay, buy a lot of stuff. You're a good citizen. But if you don't buy a lot of stuff, if you don't, what are you then, I ask you? What? Mentally ill. Back, Jim, back. If you don't buy things, toilet paper, new cars, computerized blenders, electrically operated sexual devices, stereo systems with brain-implanted headphones, screwdrivers, miniature built-in radar devices, voice-activated computers.
Take it easy, Jeffrey. Be calm.
Just know how to speak. All night long. Secrecy might be right from wrong. But I need nothing but so fine. Should it be from the back in the summertime time? See monkey, I don't need the moon around my friend. Sweet Because smoking in the dark and Joe Rock. I am just back of the blue. These damn monkeys have the road. That's when very many in the street. Why does the monkey do their feet? I'm back on Milwaukee. Your monkeys are the same. You are in noise at home. Yeah, must have been sure right now be home. But I'm looking at the sun. Sugar came from the bottom in the summertime. See pumpkins, follow the blue like round. You see God smoke the keys until you come Joe Brown.
The land of the free. I don't see how. Count me in. Oh, America. America. Land of liberty, y'all. I'm doing this for the brother. And everybody doing brother. Sister, daddy, mother. Whatever you need, a better heart, another star, yo, home yard, in a prison bar, you wanna ride, in a better life, a bigger crib and a home cooked meal, hair sick and out of here, you know what you going through, but I could've won, it's just time to be a man, do all you can, see other lands, and don't be for other man, take time out, settle in, be a better man, and close it, watch your friends, again, you understand, a little better, yeah, but on the other hand, you so goddamn stubborn, and you be smart shit. And ever since you made president, we ain't even seen you since. You need to visit our schools, rebuild our church and home, and stop killing my own kind and leave my earth alone. And stop tapping my phone and searching my phone and keep your personal feelings home when you're fan of my phone. So we get strong and it keeps us on. Do it for the main goals when all the people on. No. Not in America. Not in America. Is it liberty? No. Not this America. No. You a nigga. Got a nice home in a Lexus truck. You a nigga. MVP. You a nigga. 4 degrees in a PhD. Still a nigga. Use your fucking car, you need 4 IDs. And you's a nigga. If your skin is brown just like me, then you a nigga. Got a promotion and a fat ass ring. You still a nigga. You from the islands and your peoples wasn't playing. You a nigga. No matter how much your ass get paid, you still a nigga. Shot by the cops at a traffic stop. Cause you a nigga. That's my I hold toast too. I sell by coastal, international. They into catching you with satellites from deep space. Now, who invented niggas in the first place? They said America's the original birthplace. Who getting 10, 20 life on their first case? My niggas. No. Not in America. Not in America. Is it liberty? No. Not this America. Not in America. No. I'm doing this for the kids in the street who ain't missed the beat. Do it for the deaf and the blind and those who won't even need. Do it for all the children and the corn and the unborn. Do it for the speeding tribes and all the lives you was born. How you gonna teach a man call Mr. Ass, preacher man with your whole congregation driving brand new millions and watching brand new scenes live on the Million Man. And all my brothers, sisters, and dad, and them doing time in the biz. No.
Not America.
Not in America. Is it? No.
No way, not in America.
Not this America.
Not in America.
No.
This man wasn't telling me. There was something he didn't know free.
No.
No way, not in America. Not America.
Not in America.
Our country is
Is it? No.
No way, not in America.
Not this America.
Not in America.
No. disaster.
Are you looking? Can you see it?
Are you going to pretend like you don't see it? Are you in denial right now? It's not just a river in Egypt, you know. Look at that curvature. No denying that that's curvature. You can't say that's anything else. Oh, look, they go off to the left or they go off to the right. No, they don't. We clearly showed that that's a tower of straight lines there. A straight line of towers there. Oops. Is somebody's comment? Am I not seeing somebody's comments?
Okay, I got it. Or radius. Dividing by 0. Wow, that's a little overboard, but yeah. So smart. Got the
Ain't nothing like a red bone chick.
Homies on my back, we raising hell. Finish sheets, making those beats, causing the streets, looking at lean, fight, turn up every night. Party life makes my mind right.
You check out your watches. You check out your watches. Go off when I enter the building. Hello. Go off when I enter the building.
So off when I enter the building.
let loose power beneath the mountains of memory. Everything seems so scary to me, and I am unsure if my brain's only prevents and watch ripples in the surface and long for the simplicity of the arena. But madness is all I have to offer. Nowadays, as yesterday has left me with no foothold, handholds, or feel for direction, or at least not in a singular sense, because everything depends on which side I choose, or which person I become. Imagine the moment when your brain unravels an entirely different person inside you. It must have been the anonymous letter that landed on my doorstep. One word, and maybe the typeface that set my body into spasms, my brain into a liquidizer, and amnesiac, experiencing every buried memory in a second. But I didn't know that I had any buried memories. Damn it, I discovered I'm a sadistic fuck and a pre-programmed robot. The irony of the situation is that the case that I've been working on was leading straight to me, and that one must have had my superiors at this thanks. I knew what hatred I dealt out in the name of order and security, and every second was precious as my brain raged bloody battle with no chance for retreat and no hope for surrender. I'd rather be fictional than the fucking animal inside me, but I think I'm losing. And I can't sleep because as I close my eyes I feel my defenses retracting into the senseless state, and then I'd be lost, and so I'm scared and I'm walking in the rain, soaked to the skin, but I don't notice. I feel like I was led to the Wicker Man on purpose. I was hired by a man named Smith 3 weeks ago to investigate the disappearance of 10 people, and I found terrible atrocities and one clue leading to another. And then to another, persistently unraveling the histories of the case in motion. And I found conspiracies and demons, misery and scheme, and I felt like Fox Mulder getting too deep and trusted no one. Disgusting photographs acquired into my possession, and I knew that I was getting closer until last night when my heart broke under pressure. And now I slowly slip away into nothing.
I'd rather be it if you don't understand it, then be it. The hippie project, and busy in this grind, can't be blind, it's pride, it's desperation, it's time. Life happens fast and it's precious, so please don't push us, because we on the edge like Bishop. Dying wishes, mice and riches, so many fishes in this prom competition is vicious. I hear the cries from the corners of the world like an audition. I heard God speak from the burning bushes, nobody's safe from the world's conditions. You can't hide from it, let's stay ambitious. The one is what we all in it, and the mothership is this earth, so all the ball, let's go to work. Incoming, ships coming, it's coming, so cunning, big stakes and big money. It's lovely, it's nutty, keep drumming, drum line, the beat's bumping. Feel the bass line, it's up, elevate lines, with the folk coming. Beware of conscious minds, sunlight, not walking through. So it's how I did it. No gimmicks, ingredients like they can't mimic. I'm putting on a clinic. I'm so athletic, so academic. Magnetic, ill lyrics, so epidemic. Let me spread the wings, represent the illest. Understand the premise, the public stands for lyrics. So let me share my lyrics. I intend to kill it. Let me can the critics and everything with it. This is implicit. I am infinite. I am right in it, in the thick of it. So I feel it with beats. Y'all gotta feel it. Spill it on your beams and the secrets of your dreams. The more you gleam, the ends don't justify the means. Rectify your aim. Let your light shine like ultra high beams. Yeah. My God, the sun is up. I'm so awake. I'm so unannounced. It feels great. I am gunning out all day. Your friends are selling out. They so fake. Your time is running out. It's too late. Watch how you run out. But you suck. Children are running out. Okay, to see what the fuck's the matters. Revenge of lyricism, vengeance, and conscious MCs. I will avenge a rock with him. With my rhythm, I hit him up. My abilities and my lyrics, I hit him up. Hip hop aficionado, backpack rap soldier coming at you with the auto. Oh, bravo, I am Commando Rambo. Watch your Gando, Tando, with death, this man told me whole set. Yeah, spiritual rappers in no sense. Yeah, no sense in trying me. I'm so dense, fiery. Go against me violently. I'll say you entirely. You rap MCs and record labels. I've been thrown back the tables. If you so well leg away, though. Think of it, chicks coming, it's sunning, so cunning, big sticks and big money. It's lovely, it's nutty, keep drumming, fuck not the beat bumping. Feel the baseline, it's something. I'm coming, beware of conscious minds. Sublime, not power in the virtuous souls. Explode. Goodbye, Vietnam.
One day, you will have to spend Christmas on the moon. This is Bahush of Gulag Picture Radio. The good children of the moon have sterilized the vacuum seals of their cubicles, washed, freeze-dried the laundry, even dissolved the dinner dishes without being asked. But the delivery robots were already here, so why aren't there any presents under the Christmas triad? Well, it looks like Santa has quite a journey ahead of him, doesn't it? It'll take lots of extra reindeer to get up enough speed for the trip through the empty vault of space, which of course keeps setting his deer team on fire. Beware the inky black star serpents and the gnashing teeth of the radioactive banshees, Santa. Can Saint Nick sneak past lunar security, swoop with his pack down each family's atomic stack, and munch on all those extruded cookies that the kids left for him? Nope. This is WXRT, the only radio station worth going to the moon for. Happy holidays, pizza on Earth, and goodwill toward Milne.
Dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the sky. Too many soldiers never lift up off the mattress. So I never lie down till I blow out the kick. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the sky. Too many soldiers never lift up off the mattress. So I never lie down till I blow out the kick. My rights mystical, living in the gas, running silver on my dome. And I heard that counteracted mind control. But what about the chips on my shoulder, wrist, and spinal cord? Radio wave. Best to kill the neighbors with guns and sabers, so I tend to rock a death roof or on the rest, so I can walk without fear across the land of the dead. And never bound with crusty homie, go company. I'll be the saddest clown since that homo and Kelly. Ride the rail with a boxcar with a silver flask, sipping the heat of the prisons, kill until the past. And I ask everyone I meet to take me back, but most of them just laugh and shrug and walk a little fast. Sometimes I wonder where they're going and what they're after, but that just adds to the stack of questions I've already got. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the sky. These soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic. The heroes in the sky. These soldiers never lift them off the mattress, so I never lie down. I blow out the game. I kick to hell and don't take to war. Flatfoot walk, I'll kick up and smug a power. Crazy with bright dreams of fire. Collecting deposits on these recycled. Pull up my wish list, pitch it at the trash can, driven mad. It only rub my limbs to keep warm. Saving my penny from the pop as well as you hold. I've been born enough to know this earth and know that it's lately all this open tree is what is the next taste. And I've been trying to conjure proper methods telling me, but all I ever got is dreaming big. I ain't the sound going and towels are hanging fast. I'm just taking a second to analyze the facts. Hanging with the facts required to taste the facts, but if I don't settle down soon, I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic, the heroes in the story. These soldiers never left them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I'm blown out the head. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic, the heroes in the story. These soldiers never left them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I'm blown out the head. I got too much dust in my attic, addicted to the magic, the heroes in the story. These soldiers never left them off the mattress, so I never lie down till I'm blown out the head. Addicted to the magic, the heroes in the sky. These soldiers never left them off the mattress.
It's all right there. All right there. Look, listen, Neil, right. Mercy. More things to make things anymore. It's all automated. What are we for then? We're consumers. Okay, buy a lot of stuff. You're a good citizen. But if you don't buy a lot of stuff, if you don't, what are you then, I ask you? What? Mentally ill. Back, Jim, back. If you don't buy things, toilet paper, new cars, computerized blenders, electrically operated sexual devices, stereo systems with brain-implanted headphones, screwdrivers, miniature built-in radar devices, voice-activated computers.
Take it easy, Jeffrey. Be calm.
Just know how to scream. Do all night long. See my is right from wrong. But I'm looking at the back of the soul, my sugar came from the back in the summertime time. See monkey, follow in the moon of my friend. We see God smoking in the dark, Joe Lions at the back of the photo. We the monkeys at the road. That's when Freddy lay in the street. What's the thing about it to their feet? Papa got you walking. You're walking out to send me. Know you worry about it, know it at all. Your mother did get you right down me home. While looking at the stars in the sun, sugar came from the bottom in the summertime. See pumpkins following the Hoover like round. You see God smoke the keys until you come so bright.
supposed to be the land of the free. I don't see how. Count me in. Oh, America. Yeah. America, I'm doing this for the trouble, and everybody doing brother, sister, daddy, mother, whoever need me, brother, you want better cars, and a better heart, another star, yo, home yard, and a place to call, you wanna trust and ride. And a better life, a bigger crib and a home cooked meal. Every single night of hell, you know what you going through. But I could have wanted when it's time to be a man. Do all you can, see other lands and don't look for other man. Take time out, tell it in, be the better man. And close it, watch your friends. Yeah, you'll understand. A little better, yeah. But on the other hand, you so goddamn stuttering. And you be smart shit. And ever since you made president, we ain't even seen you since. You need to visit our schools, rebuild our church and home, and stop killing my own kind and leave my earth alone. And stop tapping my phone, searching my phone, and keep your personal feelings home when you're bed on my phone. We get strong, and it eats us all. Do it for the main goals when all the people on. No.
Not America.
Not in America.
Our country
is
it?
No.
No way. Not in America.
No.
You only got 2 hearts and you're less than a fuck. You a nigga. Got a nice home and an Lexus truck. You a nigga. MVP. You a nigga. 4 degrees and a PhD. Still a nigga. Use your platinum marketing for IDs. And you's a nigga. If your skin is brown just like me, then you a nigga. Got a promotion and a fat ass rate. You still a nigga. You from the islands and your peoples wasn't played. You a nigga. No matter how much your ass get paid. You still a nigga. Shot by the cops at a traffic stop. Cause you a nigga. That's my I hold toast too. I sell by coastal. International. Paying to catch and you with satellites. Now, who invented niggas in the first place? They said America's the original birthplace. Who getting 10, 20 life on their first case? My niggas.
This man wasn't so me. It was so me. You didn't know the friend.
No.
No way. Not America.
Not in America.
Our country is liberty. That'll never be.
No.
No way. Not in America.
Not this America.
Not in America.
No. I'm doing this for the kids in the streets who ain't missed the beat. Do it for the deaf and the blind and those who won't even need. Do it for all the children and the corn and the unborn. Do it for the speeding tribes and all the lives you born. How you gonna teach a man, oh, Miss Crooked ass, preach a man with your whole congregation driving brand new millions and like brand new sales live on the mini man. And all my brothers, sisters, and dad and them doing time in the basic. No.
No way. Not in America. Not America.
Not in America.
Our country
is
liberty. That'll never be.
No.
No way. Not in America.
Not this America.
Not in America.
No.
This man wasn't so me. It was so me. You didn't know the friend.
No.
No way. Not in America. Not America.
Not in America.
Our country
is
liberty. That'll never be.
No.
No way. Not in America.
Not this America.
Not in America.
No.
Most
school like this. Disaster.
Yeah, it's me, man. I'm in here. I'm with you guys. I'm just laughing every once in a while,
the radio is kind of loud and everything. And, you know, I keep getting phone calls and whatnot, you know, because I've got my stuff to take care of at home. So, but otherwise, I'm here with you.
Ain't nothing like a red bone chick. Ain't nothing like a red bone chick. Ain't nothing like a red bone chick. Switch call.
Homies on my back, we raising hell. Spinning sheets, you know beats, causing the streets. Look at that lean, fight, turn up every night. Party life makes my mind right.
You talking about your watches? You talking about your watches?
Med made what? Yeah, me too. Laters, guys. I had a good time. Thanks for hanging out.
Welcome to Space News from the Electric Universe, brought to you by the Thunderbolts Project at thunderbolts.info. A new paper published by an MIT physicist claims to theoretically prove that so-called quantum entanglement, or two particles each seemingly occupying multiple states simultaneously, gives rise to a wormhole, which allows particles to communicate through a so-called gravitational tunnel. This theory follows from a paper published earlier this year, which suggests that when two black holes become entangled, then are pulled apart, a wormhole is created which connects the black holes. The reasoning in these papers follows from a purely mathematical approach to physics and cosmology. In this two-part presentation, physicist Wal Thornhill examines just how reliable this approach is at describing how the universe actually works.
A glaring example of the irrational is to be seen in a recent Science Daily report titled, "You Can't Get Entangled Without a Wormhole," which refers to papers by Julian Sonner, a senior postdoc in MIT's Lab for Nuclear Science and Center for Theoretical Physics, and a related paper by Kristen Jensen of the University of Victoria and Andreas Karsh of the University of Washington. The article says that essentially, entanglement involves two particles, each occupying multiple states at once, a condition referred to as superposition. For example, both particles may simultaneously spin clockwise and counterclockwise, but neither has a definite state until one is measured, causing the other particle to instantly assume a corresponding state. The resulting correlations between the particles are preserved even if they reside on opposite ends of the universe. End of quote. Now, the word entanglement is a euphemism to hide the fact that the physical connection is unknown. So all that follows isn't physics, it's mystification. The indeterminacy of states also means we are not dealing with physics, which relies on being able to determine the state of the system being observed. From a real physicist's point of view, the most telling experimental fact is that the connection between two entangled particles is instantaneous, even if they reside on opposite ends of the universe. So the article asks the question, but what enables particles to communicate instantaneously and seemingly faster than the speed of light over such distances? The simple classical physics answer is that the connection between the two particles is not via a slow transverse electromagnetic wave. Instead, it's the same kind of connection that we observe between the planets and the sun. That is, gravity. Newton's law of gravity does not include time. The force of gravity acts instantaneously. Now, the electric universe explains that gravity itself is a form of the electric force that operates upon neutral bodies by distorting the subatomic charged particles within those bodies to form tiny, weak electric dipoles. This simple model explains why gravity is such a weak force, because subatomic particles are infinitesimally small, and also why you can't easily shield from gravity, because all of the subatomic particles participate, whether it's a conductor or a non-conductor, whatever it's made from. Importantly, though, gravity on the cosmic scale allows us to see that the direct electric force between particles operates instantly. The spookiness and non-locality of quantum phenomena can be understood both physically and in meaningful language. Entanglement, then, is simply an electrical resonance between two subatomic particles, each comprised of an identical resonance system of orbiting charged subparticles. In other words, it's a repeated pattern, like an atom within an atom. The instantaneous connection maintains the resonance or entanglement between the particles regardless of their relative movement or distance apart. Because the connection is instantaneous, there is no Doppler shift detuning or anything like that. The two particles remain in communication. This model that separates the phenomenon of electromagnetic waves in a medium from the direct longitudinal connection between all matter in the universe, that is the electrical connection, opens up new insights for physicists. For example, physicists attempt to isolate their experiment from outside influences, including the observer. But in our electric universe, there is no isolated system. The observer is a part of the experiment, whether he likes it or not, and as discovered in so-called weird quantum experiments. Contrast this simple explanation with the meaningless language of the report, and I quote, "Earlier this year, physicists proposed an answer in the form of wormholes or gravitational tunnels. The group showed that by creating two entangled black holes, then pulling them apart, they formed a wormhole, essentially a shortcut through the universe, connecting the distant black holes. Now, black holes are a mathematical mistake equivalent to the school mathematics howler of dividing by zero to get infinity. Gravity is weaker than the electric force by a factor of 1,000 billion times. Now, that's as close to zero as you can get. So using gravity to explain the concentrated energy sources observed at the centers of galaxies and calling them black holes is bound to give you answers that make no physical sense. The wormholes are a geometric construct in more than 3 dimensions, so they have nothing to do with the real space that physicists, engineers, and you and I have to deal with." But the article continues. "Now an MIT physicist has found that, looking through the lens of string theory, the creation of two entangled quarks, the building blocks of matter, simultaneously give rise to a wormhole connecting the pair." That's the end of the quote. But string theory is, according to Peter Woit, not even wrong. The questions that need to be answered by this piece of whimsy are both endless and pointless. Pointless because no one knows what a quark is, nor how matter can warp space to form a hole across the universe, or even what that means, nor how that effect can be instantaneous. Space is merely a concept of location in 3 dimensions. How do you warp a concept? But the article goes on. The theoretical results bolster the relatively new and exciting idea that the laws of gravity holding together the universe may not be fundamental, but arise from something else. Quantum entanglement. That's hardly a breakthrough when you don't understand quantum entanglement. You'll notice that modern physics is in the business of complicating things beyond comprehension, inventing new particles and forces in the hope of a Nobel Prize. It is not the way classical physics was done. Classical physics, until the beginning of the 20th century, was in the business of simplifying particles and forces. There was a strong intuitive feel on the part of leading scientists then that gravity is simply an electrical force of some description, like the forces between atoms that form our Earth and everything on it. That's the conclusion of the electric universe based on all the new evidence since then. The article says, "Of course, there appears to be a major barrier to reconciling quantum mechanics and general relativity. For years, physicists have tried to come up with a theory of quantum gravity to marry the two fields." You'll notice that the standard picture of a black hole or a gravitational object in space is represented as a funnel in space-time, usually with an object like, in the Earth's case, the moon perched on the edge of the funnel, with the idea being that the moon, instead of traversing a straight line in space, follows the curve of the funnel. However, the very image itself gives a false picture because we just assume that this gravitational well or funnel has gravity pulling from underneath to draw the object down into the funnel. But this is using gravity to explain gravity. It's a circular argument, and the image is quite misleading. An object perched on the surface of this funnel, if gravity were not pulling it down, would remain fixed on that funnel. It would have no force tending to move it downwards or sideways or upwards. it would remain exactly where it is. But it's plain to see that general relativity never explained gravity. It merely described its effect in a geometry that has no reality. And quantum mechanics is a recipe book with no understanding of the ingredients or how they interact. As a result, the rest of the article is appalling nonsense headlined, "Tunneling to the Fifth Dimension." It's only necessary to highlight the meaningless language to show the ideas expressed are imaginary. For example, two entangled black holes forgets that the mathematics of black hole theory allows only a single black hole in an empty universe. The Newtonian principle of superposition of gravitating objects doesn't apply to general relativity. There can never be a second black hole to get entangled. The theorists invoke a wormhole, a tunnel through space-time, produced by pulling two black holes apart. Hyphenating the words space and time to produce a fourth dimension is physically meaningless. Mathematicians use the word dimension to mean a degree of freedom in their equations. There are only 3 physical dimensions in space, which are measured by length and direction. Time has no length or direction. You can't point in the direction of time. Time has no arrow. Joining space and time has no physical significance. So you cannot produce physical wormholes in space. It is pure science fiction. One of the authors, Sonner, applied this thinking to quarks, the theoretical subatomic building blocks of matter. And I quote, "To see what emerges from 2 entangled quarks, he first generated quarks using the Schwinger effect, a concept in quantum theory that enables one to create particles out of nothing." End of quote. Here we see mathematicians resorting to dismissal of a principle of physics that you cannot perform a creation miracle. It's not scientific. The author Douglas Adams in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy parodied this sleight of hand mercilessly when Zaphod Beeblebrock used an infinite improbability drive to rescue Ford Prefect and Arthur Dent in deep space. Particle physicists have been using the infinite improbability principle since the inception of quantum theory. As is well known, Einstein hated the idea. He's reported to have said, "God doesn't throw dice." He was right. As soon as you disconnect cause from effect, you are not doing science. Another quote from the article, Sonner mapped the entangled quarks onto a 4-dimensional space, considered a representation of space-time. In contrast, gravity is thought to exist in the next dimension as, according to Einstein's laws, it acts to bend and shape space-time, thereby existing in the 5th dimension. End of quote. There is no 4-dimensional space. There is no physical 5th dimension. Gravity is not explained by general relativity. It is merely described in a limited and unreal geometric way. It is not shown how imaginary 4-dimensional space can be warped. Cause and effect are disconnected. It just ain't science. It's merely mathematics. The article finally leaves all common sense and logic far behind. And I quote, "To see what geometry may emerge in the 5th dimension from entangled quarks in the 4th, Sonner employed holographic duality, a concept in string theory. While a hologram is a 2-dimensional object, it contains all the information necessary to represent a 3-dimensional view. Essentially, holographic duality is a way to derive a more complex dimension from the next lowest dimension." End of quote. This is total rubbish. There is no 2-dimensional object. All objects are 3-dimensional, so there can be no information held in 2 dimensions. Real objects and information can only occupy 3 dimensions. Coming back to the Space News report, the black hole is an alleged product of Einstein's theory of gravitation, but so is the wormhole between the 2 supposed black holes. It's known as an Einstein-Rosen bridge. But then the wormhole is used and related to the 2 black holes to define gravitation. Gravity emerges from the more fundamental phenomenon of entangled black holes, the article says. But this argument is simply a circular argument, and so it is nonsense.
For continuous updates on space news from the electric universe, stay tuned to thunderbolts.info. Welcome to Space News from the Electric Universe, brought to you by the Thunderbolts Project at thunderbolts.info. On this series, Space News from the Electric Universe, we've presented numerous recent findings that challenge the underpinnings of solar physics and the very nature of the sun and all stars. However, based on a new scientific study, some science media are proclaiming a confirmation of the standard solar model, which states that a thermonuclear reaction powers the sun at its core. An article on ScienceMeg.com states, scientists have long believed that the power of the sun comes largely from the fusion of protons into helium, but now they can finally prove it. An international team of researchers using a detector buried deep below the mountains of central Italy has detected neutrinos, ghostly particles that interact only very reluctantly with matter, streaming from the heart of the sun. Other solar neutrinos have been detected before, but these particular ones come from the key proton-proton fusion reaction that is the first part of a chain of reactions that provides 99% of the sun's power. However, as we often see in popular science media, lost is the distinction between fact and theoretical interpretation.
In Science of the 28th of August, there is an article where scientists have long believed that the power of the sun and most stars comes largely from the fusion of protons into helium, but now they can finally prove it. And it's interesting that they say believed that the power of the sun and most stars comes from the fusion of protons into helium, because in Nature on the 28th of August, the same day, we have a more definitive statement, and I quote, "In the core of the sun, energy is released through sequences of nuclear reactions that convert hydrogen into helium," end of quote. But we don't know what goes on in the core of the sun. We cannot see inside the sun. It's merely a story. Where we can see beneath the bright photosphere in the center of a large sunspot, it is cooler and dark. This is prima facie evidence that energy is not trying to escape from the interior of the sun, and that begs many questions. Is the sun really made mostly from hydrogen? Because all other celestial bodies are supposed to have their heavier elements sink to the core. And most of the sun is supposed to be a radiation zone where the intense X-ray radiation from the supposed fusion in the core is to lose energy over 100,000 years and finally becoming visible sunlight. But there's no known physical body that transfers internal heat in such a manner. But if it's not fusion energy blowing up the sun to its tremendous size, what is this shining sphere in the sky we call the sun? The story, of course, is that the core of the sun is a fiery furnace so hot and dense that protons, that is the nuclei of hydrogen, the sun's main constituent, as it is said, slam together with such force that they fuse. The vast majority of the neutrino flux from the sun is produced by the original proton to proton, or PP reaction. And I quote, "The PP reaction is the most basic process. Everything that goes on in the sun stems from it," says Steve Biller of the University of Oxford. It should be noted here that using heat and pressure is the most inappropriate method to achieve chemical reactions, let alone the incredibly more difficult nuclear fusion reactions. In chemistry, we use heavy element catalysts. Why would nature not do the same for nuclear reactions? We do see evidence of heavy elements in the sun's spectrum. What are they doing there? What's more, the neutrino detectors cannot tell us where on or in the sun the neutrinos are coming from. The picture of the sun they give is fuzzy in the extreme. The neutrinos could be generated in the photosphere, which is where we can see all the action. Back to the scientific reports. Researchers have been detecting neutrinos since the 1960s. Initially, a 2/3 deficit in the detection rate confused the results. It turned out that neutrinos could transform from one type to another as they fly through space, but detectors were sensitive to only one of the three types. Here we see another assumption, because there is no detector in space between us and the sun to confirm this. We need to be aware of the problems that particle physicists are having with their standard particle model. Initially, the neutrino was said to be massless, but no particle can be massless and yet carry off energy from a nuclear reaction. E = mc² tells us that. Particle physics is arguably in as great a mess as astrophysics. At the hearts of both disciplines is unadmitted ignorance of fundamentals like what is gravity, What is mass? What is light? So there is a complex dance in the dark between these two disciplines. Anyway, the reports go on. Once this neutrino problem was resolved, the fact that they detected only about 1/3 of what was expected, neutrino observatories went on to detect neutrinos from almost all the predicted reactions in the sun, but not the PP reaction, the proton-proton reaction. What makes this PP reaction hard is that the neutrinos have very low energy. That's about the same as the energy of various radioactive decays that happen on Earth, making it easy for an earthbound detector to confuse the decay on Earth with a neutrino event. And I quote, "Detecting neutrinos of this kind is an almost impossible thing to do. You need very low background levels and a lot of patience," says Steve Biller. And here we see a problem with a lot of modern science, that the signals are being extracted almost from noise, and yet they're said to strongly confirm the stories that were already in place. It is a case of confirmatory bias. The experiment that we're talking about here is one by an international team of researchers using a detector buried 1.4 kilometres below the mountains of central Italy. And it has detected the neutrinos, the ghostly particles that interact only very reluctantly with matter, streaming from the heart of the sun. It's called the Borexino experiment, and it's in Gran Sasso, Italy, below the Italian Apennines. And they've been hunting for these proton-proton or PP neutrinos for 7 years using a spherical tank filled with a liquid scintillator, which produces flashes when struck by ionizing radiation, like that given off by a neutrino. The tank is watched by more than 2,000 detectors that count the flashes and thus the neutrinos. Other solar neutrinos have been detected before, but these particles come from the key proton-proton fusion reaction that is the first part of a chain reaction that, it is said, provides 99% of the sun's power. The team detected about 90 PP neutrinos hitting Borexino every day. That means the sun produces enough of them to pump about 66 billion through every square centimetre of Earth per second. That number agrees with predictions of the standard solar model of 60 billion neutrinos per square centimetre per second. Physicists had estimated this number by looking at sunlight. But because photons take perhaps 100,000 years to emerge from the centre of the sun, it's not a measure of what's happening now. And I quote, "Neutrinos punch straight through the sun, giving an up-to-date signal that takes 8 minutes to reach us. This again confirms that the standard solar model is on the right track and does an excellent job of describing energy production and transport within the sun," says Andrew Renshaw of the University of California, Los Angeles. "This is truly a great feat." And of course it comes from that result, that the results show that the sun is a remarkably steady power source. The reason for this assertion is that if it takes 100,000 years for the reactions that are taking place right now to appear at the surface of the sun, then getting any kind of confirmation now that the sun's internal energy is the same as its external output at the photosphere means that the sun's energy is very steady. Of course, this result could also mean that the neutrinos themselves are being produced in the photosphere, so that the light output from the sun is no mystery at all. The electric universe does say that the reactions that are detected on Earth are all due to activity in the photosphere. In 1999, I wrote, "Stellar lightning bolts are effective particle accelerators that can synthesize heavy elements in nuclear reactions at the surface of a star. The heavy elements seen in the sun spectrum are created at the surface of the sun, along with the few neutrinos we observe. That neutrino numbers seem to follow surface and external effects like sunspots and the solar wind is to be expected in an electric star. It is inexplicable in the thermonuclear model." Further to that, in 2001, I wrote, "The electric sun model expects far more complex heavy element synthesis to take place in the natural particle accelerators in the photospheric lightning discharges. In that case, the various neutrino flavors are all generated on the sun and do not need to oscillate on their way to the Earth to make up an imagined deficit. What is more, fluctuations in neutrino counts are expected in this model to be correlated with electrical input to the sun."
For continuous updates on space news from the electric universe, stay tuned to thunderbolts.info.